Hi builders, welcome to the booking app tutorial. My name is Jackie de Klerk. I'm your success coach, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to set up an event in the booking app. An event is great if you want to have a specific date and time and even limit the registrations of the users for that specific event. So right here on the dashboard, we're going to click on new calendar. You can also choose the other button, and then we're going to scroll down and we're going to choose events and we're going to give it a name. We're going to click create new calendar. We're going to give it a title and a description, and then you can upload your logo for the events. You can also choose a specific color that matches your logo, and then we're going to choose the time zone. It is a good idea to have users choose their own time zone, especially if it's an international event, but you can also have a predefined time zone if you are in a specific area. So in this case, we are just going with the user's time zone. Then you can do the same with languages. You can have it automatically being translated, or you can have it fixed. We're just leaving it as is and go to the save and next. Now in this area, you can have multiple groups or multiple different kinds of events happening on the same day if you want to, and people can choose. But in this example, we're just going to go with one. You can create a new group every single time, but I will show you at the end how to do that if you do not want to repeat the same schedule and details. So for now, we are going to just give it a new name here. And we're going to pretend that this is an e-commerce event. You can add the description again right here. It's totally up to you. You can choose the host, that is, who's the people that are actually going to present at this event, and then a date. So let's say that this event will start on the 25th at 9 o'clock, and the event is going to take 3 hours. Then you're going to click on add, and you're going to see the event has been added in this area right here. Now you can duplicate this, and that is exactly what I'm saying earlier, to have another group added to it. But in this case, we're just going to create this one event. And then you can choose the subscribers limit. Maybe in your event, you can only accommodate 50 people. Then you can do that, or you can make it unlimited by sliding it. But if this is an offline event, you only have a certain amount of seats available, then it's a good idea to limit the event. You can also have advanced configurations in this area right here to have people being automatically approved or manually approved, to be able to accept cancellations or not accept cancellations, the scheduling by limit on email. Maybe you don't want people to schedule more than one, so it's one per person. You can choose that. And then the order of the specific one. Now the order just means if you've got more than one group, and if I scroll back to the top here, maybe you've got multiple different kinds of events happening. You can choose which is the one that's going to be in the front of the calendar. So once you have done that, you're going to click on save and next. Now we are in the forms area, and that is what the person's going to see when they have to make the booking and the information that they will need to supply. Right here, we've got the name and email address, and it's compulsory because there's a red asterisk to it. You can choose to have a phone number. In this case, it's not compulsory, but to change it to compulsory, you're going to click on the pencil and you can click on required. That is basically all you really need to do, and click OK. So now they have to give you that information. You can also request them to have additional information by clicking on add new field, and you can choose from the response type which one that you are preferring. Maybe you want them to give you a paragraph of things, or maybe you want them to have a checkbox to say if there is any additional children. So there's lots of different kinds that you can add into that area. And then you literally just click, and I'm just going to show you an example. So I'm just going to write a test here so that you can see what it looks like. And or let's just choose something like a checkbox, and we can say short kids. Do you have kids? And then the first option could be yes. And the second option could be no. And then you need to create a mailing boss tags. That is if you want to be able, or rather say, if you want to be able to send emails to people that has got that specific tag. So let's say, for example, you need to send to people that has made a booking that actually do have children and they have completed it. That's just an example. Then you can make use of the tags area right here. And we're going to click save. So now you can see that you've got, do you have kids? Yes, no. Depending on that, you can go forward. You can also make this compulsory by clicking on it again and make it required and click save. There is also a way that you can add these tags in Mailing Boss and have fields hidden. I would urge you to watch that other video with regards to making use of tags and booking in the booking app. So once that has been set, I'm just going to delete to show you how to delete. You're going to scroll a little bit further and you're going to see this is the action after subscription has happened. So the moment the person has subscribed to your event or paid for their event, what do you want them to happen to them? You can choose to just have a display message where you say thank you for signing up, thank you for registering or paying for the event, and then you can have a button that is on the same page that is directing to the calendar, go to a group or a URL. Now you can also have the URL on this side by redirecting them. You don't have to make use of this option here. You can choose to have a redirect and send them directly to a custom URL of your choice. It could either be outside of your website that is on another platform, or you can have it inside of your own website that's been built inside of Builderall by choosing it right here in this area, as well as the page that you are choosing in this area. So for now, we're just going to leave it as is. We're going to click save and next. Now we are in the communication area. Right here, you are going to choose different things that your client or your subscribers is going to receive from you, whether it is reminders or any other communication such as cancellations and things like that. So let's start first with the confirmation that they will receive once they have actually made your booking or your paid for their event. You can choose first do not to send them a confirmation, but it's always a good idea to have a confirmation being sent. So I'm clicking on yes, send confirmation, and you see this additional block that's opening up. You're going to click on edit and you will see three different options. We've got email, SMS, and WhatsApp. The email is at the moment activated because the slider is on blue. On the SMS and on the WhatsApp, you can see it's been disabled. Now for SMS, you will need to have credit. So I urge you to go and watch a video about SMS messaging tool if you want to make use of this function in the booking app, because you need to add that credits first before you can actually activate this. If you do not have credits, this section is not going to work. The same applies to WhatsApp. You don't need to have credits, but you do need to access the Builderall Zap, which is the WhatsApp launch manager, to be able to make use of this. So all you really need to do is click on this button right there and go watch the videos that we've got available in Knowledge Base on how to set that up. But in this example, we are leaving it as disabled, and we're just going to focus on the email section, because for SMS and WhatsApp, it's exactly the same, except that for SMS, you only have 145 characters. The more you use, the more you are being charged. And that is why we've got this message in this area. So let's go back to the email. In the left-hand side is lots of different variables. It's also been called tags that you can use inside of the message. Basically, it's going to pull in the information that you've created inside of this event, and it's going to add it here. So I'm just going to remove this lead name right there so I can give you an example. So we want to personalize this with the name of the person. So you can see first name. You just need to click on it. Your schedule for, and its schedule means that is the date that has been created. So if I go to the schedule area, you can see schedule date. It's already there. And you can choose any of the other ones if you want to even add a cancellation area. You can edit this block, make it a little bit more beautiful, more information by just using this little editor right here at the top. Once that's done, make sure that it's been activated and you're going to click done and it's been set up. You can also choose to send the emails to your host when new signups happen. It's your choice. If you do, you will see an additional block opening up. And this function is exactly the same as this one, so I don't need to repeat it. You are just going to set it up in this area. And you can also choose to receive emails if a new subscription or a pending subscription has been made. So in this example, I'm just going to leave it out. Then we've got cancellation area. Do not send a cancellation for emails or send a cancellation notification, which is important because especially if you are allowing them to be able to make a cancellation. Remember a previous setting that we had in the previous section right here at the top under the advanced configurations was the option to choose whether you are allowing cancellations or not. So in this case, if you want to have cancellations, exactly the same like we've had right here, where you can edit the information that they will receive with the different kinds of variables. If you're not going to send it, obviously we're just going to leave it like that, and you can choose if the notification also needs to be sent to the host in case a cancellation has happened. Then we've got reminders in this area. Do you want to send reminders for the event? Yes or no? I always choose to say yes for the reminders because you want the people to actually attend. So you're going to click on new reminder to the subscribers. You can also choose to yourself or the host of the event. And then right here, you can click on edit and you would be able to do exactly what we've done previously, making it personalized using email, SMS, or WhatsApp, putting the information with the exception of one more thing, which is the time that right here at the bottom. When do you want to send the reminder? So this reminder is 1 hour before the event. Once it's done, you're going to click that done button. You can also add additional reminders. It don't have to be just one. You're going to click again, do your necessary changes, and maybe this time it will be 1 day. And we're going to click done. So you can have multiple reminders in that area. Last but not least on this page is the email sender. You've got a default sender. In this case, the default sender has been set on that area, but you can add a specific sender. Maybe you've got more than one person at this event that it needs to go to. Maybe there's somebody that handles your admin. You can choose to use any of your verified email addresses. In this case, you can see I've got Jackie there, and I can add it in right there if I want to, and even add a reply email. If you're just going to stick with the default, you just leave it like that, and we're going to go save and next. Now we are in the automation part of it. This is where we synchronize with Google Calendar, Google Meet, as well as Zoom. So if this is an offline event, you're probably not going to need this. If it's an online event, obviously you can connect your Google account as well as your Zoom. And for that, integrations happen all on the left-hand side. There is a video telling you exactly how to do that. So we are going to show you how to do that by saying, yes, we are going to synchronize with the Google Calendar that we've already integrated. We're going to click Add Calendar. You're going to choose the calendar like that. I'm just going to scroll. Then you're going to choose if you want them to synchronize one way or both ways. So I can say I want to read and write both ways. So in this case, you can just choose which one you want to. Then you can choose whether you want to have your meetings on Zoom or on Google. So we're going to click on Enable. Here you can choose Zoom and Google Meet, and you can choose the account. It depends on which one you've integrated. If you are not going to have an online event, you just say, no, I do not want to set up that at all. Then subscribe to a list. It is a good idea to subscribe people to a list, especially if you are going to have future events that you want to remind them of. And then you can just choose the list, click add, and it will show you the list at this area. Now, if you have had additional fields being added to your form that we spoke about in a few earlier section right here at the top, make sure that your fields that is in Mailing Boss and the fields that is here is exactly the same, so that you would be able to collect all the information that's necessary. Then we've got the tags available, and the tag area is more if you want to start sending emails out according to the tag that people have received. But there is a video about this on how to make use of tags in Mailing Boss and the booking app. So make sure to go watch those videos. And then I'm going to go scroll down to the bottom. I'm just not going to say to a list at this stage. Then we've got the social proof. Now, social proof is good if you want other people to see that there is people that are making actual bookings. Then you can click on subscribe to social proof. You can choose the campaign that you've created. But if you haven't created a campaign yet, just click on manage my social proof. It's going to take you to the social proof app where you can go and create it. You can then close that app, come back to the booking app, refresh your page, and then choose the one that you have created. That is why I could do it like this. All right. You can also choose to display that social proof on your calendar page right here by just clicking it. Then you're going to click save and next. And now we are in the payment area. So if your event is a paid event, you can set up your super checkout to let people go through your payment gateway so that they can access this event. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just say not enable and it can go right through. Or you can just click on charge for the appointments, and then there's two different ways. You can pay when attending, or you can pay with checkout. So if you say pay by attending, you're going to choose your currency and the amount so that people can see it in the booking app. Or you're going to choose super checkout and you're going to choose the one where you have set it up on your website. It's important that it needs to be created first on the website. Having a website means you had to create a website, you had to create the domain and create the super checkout product before you could actually connect it to this area. Once you're done, you're just going to click on, I'm just going to say none available. We're going to click save and next. Now you can see that the event has been created. And you would be able to go back and edit this event, but I'm first going to tell you about something important. It is great to go and customize it according to the way of your brand, the colors of your brand, and the look and feel of your brand. So you can see we've got our logo. This is what we currently have. Here is a lot of different templates you can choose. So if I click on it, you can see how it's changing. So you can choose about all the different kinds of templates, or you can manually right here at the top change the header background, the main background, and so forth. If you have made changes, just click on save. Otherwise, if you accept it the way it is, just close it. You can also change this long URL by just changing it like this. And I can call this e-commerce event and click save. And now we've got a shorter URL. But sometimes people do not want to use this URL right here because they don't want them to see, the client see it in the URL at the top of the page. Now, how do you get across that? You can make use of the embedded code that we have right here, whether you choose that embedded code or the link right here. As long as the platform that you are using have an iframe, you can drop it in as an embedded frame. You can also have this inside of a page in our web builder as well. You just copy the text right here, or you can copy the link right there and add it inside of your website, inside of the website embed area, which is the iframe, the elements area. And once you are done with that, you can just go back to your dashboard, and then you're going to go to my calendars, and you first will see how many calendars have you got. If bookings happen, it's going to be there. But let's go to my calendars, and you can see that the event's sitting right here. It's important to come back here so that you can see that the event has actually been activated, because you can choose to deactivate it until you are ready with it. But in this example, I am just going to change the status like that. It also tells you how many groups you have, and then you can view what it looks like live. You can edit or you can delete, and then there's obviously multiple other actions that you have available here, which means you can view your subscribers. You can share it, the schedule, with somebody else. Maybe you are multiple groups and you're going to share it with everybody else that is part of this event so they can see what happens. You can transfer it to another Builderall user, or you can duplicate this event and just edit it, the few things that needs to be changed. If you want to add additional groups, I'm just going to go back into the edit area, and we are going to go into the, I'm just going to scroll scheduling area. And right here in the scheduling, you can choose to duplicate this group. You can see there, duplicate, or you can just click new group, and you can see there is the new group. Otherwise, you can delete that group if you don't want it, or you can just duplicate right here in that area. And that is basically all from events inside of the booking app. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure that you watch the other tutorials below this videos so that you can have a deeper understanding. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you around. Bye.